Alright, girls, out of all of us, who gets the most presents?
You!
Yeah, because I deserve it. Hey guys, Grinkle Fabulous here with my lovely assistants. Just want to point out I'm wearing another Into the AM shirt, but it doesn't matter because they've already canceled my sponsorship because you losers can't click a stupid affiliated link in the bio. Like, the shortest list sponsorship. I mean, I still have the tags on the clothes.
Let it go!
That's not even a Frozen toy! Alright, so I've accumulated a lot of stuff. I don't really have a great way to show it to you, so I'm just going to show it to you.
Cool.
Right, this was a disaster. This is how I go toy hunting. One of you, one of you, one of you. Just in case, yeah.
Just in case I come up here and do something there.
Alright, so there's so much to get through. There will be no rhyme or reason, no kind of sanity when it comes to this video. I'm literally just going to be grabbing things and telling you what I got because there's so much to get through and there's just no way to do it. And by the end of it, I'll probably hate myself because I hate these videos. I hate show and tell. Alright, so this is a whole mash of my timeline from like my birthday to Christmas to like now. This is literally everything I've accumulated from then that wasn't related to like a vintage purchase or a flea market, estate sale, hunting type of videos. This is more on the retail end of things. So anyways, I got this retro inspired issue of Mysterio from the Spider-Man line. This is a Christmas present. This is the only figure I have in that line. I was kind of on the fence about it, and it also wasn't that available in my area for some reason. This was no exception. This had to be ordered online. I've always been a huge fan of Mysterio. I loved him in the latest Spider-Man movie. I love the whole backstory with him being like special effects magician kind of guy, messing with your, tricking your mind into what seeing is believing and all that sort of thing. I feel like I'm giving a book report on a book I haven't read. I am not doing a good job, but yes, I like Mysterio, so now I have him. This was a random gift from my wife. It is a dumpster fire vinyl figure, obviously talking about like the meme and just a little nod to 2020. So pretty cute, kind of like it. I'm gonna live in a dumpster when I leave my family or get divorced. I don't know who's doing it first, but it's gonna happen. Probably because of these guys. So kids, when mommy and daddy aren't together anymore, just know that it is your fault. I never really got into the reaction line, but I figured on my Christmas list, yes, I am 36 years old and have a Christmas list. How else are you gonna get people to get you what you want? I would throw some kind of smaller items on there for the poors out there that want to shower me in gifts. So I ended up with a lot of reaction figures because it's not something that I would necessarily buy for myself because the price point is a little high for what you get, in my opinion. But again, if somebody else wants to buy it for me, why not? So giving a shout out to how I was raised, Beavis and Butthead, the Great Cornholio. I am the Great Cornholio! I need TP for my bunghole. Oh, bunghole. Oh, come on, really? All you guys do is talk about buttholes. And that doesn't do it for you? Kids these days. So then moving on, but staying with reaction. Same thing, got a bunch of these Pee-wee's Playhouse reaction figures. Cherry here probably being one of the coolest. Here's a random one that I wanted for some reason. It is, I forget if it's pronounced Psycho or Psycho. It is Polly's robot from Rocky IV.
I wanted a sports car for my birthday. Not no walking trash can.
This was the only thing I wanted from the Rocky line. I don't care about even Drago or any of these guys. I wanted the robot. I have a thing for robots. Borderline fetish. I mean, Transformers are robots. Johnny 5, 2XL, everything. They're just better than people, you know? They don't let you down. And they don't stop until you've had enough. You know what I'm saying, ladies. All right, I'm gross. Moving on.
Cocomelon.
This I randomly saw on Amazon, and I wanted it. I thought it was such a cool thing. Didn't know it existed. Asked for it for Christmas, and I got it. It is a Sega Saturn plastic model kit from Bandai. So look at this thing. I mean, that's the size of my hand. That's the size of the system. But it does surprisingly have like a ton of detail in here. This actually pops open the lid. Obviously having a little tough time doing it one-handed, but there is Virtual Fighter. So it has a spinny disc mechanism in there. The controller actually unplugs. One thing here that's pretty cool on the back, if you guys know your Saturn, is the battery that holds the internal memory for the system. And it's actually in there. So pretty neat. And then here is the controller that goes with it. So my sticker work is a little shoddy, but other than that, it was a fun little project to waste a couple hours on.
Not the mama, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama,
Okay.
not the mama.
Right.
If you say that one more time, I'm going to throw you across the room. Not the mama! Oh!
Here we have the Transformers Red figures. These were like cheapo figures that they had, or sorry, inexpensive figures that they had at Walmart, but they were surprisingly impressive for what they were. I think they were, I don't know if they retailed for like $20 or less, but they were G1 inspired. Like here's Soundwave, for example. So it has that G1 look. It has, you know, a surprising amount of articulation for what it looks, for what it is, and it has a lot of like accessories and whatnot. So you know, there's a tape. You know, that doesn't transform, but then you have his like missile rocket launcher gun here. You have different hands. So again, for you know what you paid and what you get, people were actually pretty impressed by this line. And I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to be impressed. And then again, things I randomly asked for Christmas. You know, got a lot on the smaller side. We got some Pops here. Pee-wee Herman from Pee-wee's Playhouse. Cherry and Terry as well. Again, not the biggest Pop collector, but I keep seeming to find more that I'm walking home with. I'm curious now if I actually cataloged my collection, how many Pops I do have in there. So maybe I'm just maybe I'm lying. Maybe I can't really claim that I'm not a Pop guy anymore. But Inspector Gadget, the original cartoon, really enjoyed it. So I had to get him with the magnifying glass, and then him with the flying helmet. And then that's not all. I also had to get Penny. So that should take care of my Pop fix for Inspector Gadget.
Commercial. We have a talking chair. She's constipated.
Okay.
As
Okay. I don't. Why are there so many commercials about constipation? Okay. I'm pretty regular. Not a problem. Keeping this train rolling. Here we got a Mandalorian Kenner style figure. This is what, 3 3/4 inch, right? I know what I'm talking about. Randomly saw this at Walmart hanging on the rack one day, or hanging on a peg. That was like, I was so late on the game when it came to the Mandalorian. I only got into it when it became popular, as comes with most things, because I just chase views. No, it was one of those things where like it came to the end of the series and people were like, "Oh my god!" and I just didn't want it to get spoiled for me, so I literally started binge watching it, and now I'm a fan. So, and you know, that was the end of season 2, so I literally ran through from seasons 1 to 2. So I saw him and on there. I wanted the bigger one, but I figured I would take what I can get because I was so behind at the time, and that's how I ended up with him. And that was a good decision because now you don't find him anywhere. This was a recent purchase. This was another one of those retro reissues, the Uncanny X-Men line, you know, inspired by the Toy Biz line. Storm was like the only one they stocked in my area for some reason. I think I saw like one Gambit and that was it. But I kind of always hemmed and hawed at picking one of these up. Maybe if I saw some of the other characters that they supposedly made, I would pick them up. Actually, no, none of these are that exciting. But was randomly on clearance one day and I think I got it for like $5. So why not?
Lastly, little piggy jumped out the window. This little piggy was about to die. This little piggy was having a heart attack.
Hey, thanks for the story time. This is this is a big boy. And I might have to go handheld on this one for a second, but this is so cool. I am not a Lego person, but once they announced this set, I was like, oh my god, I have to have it. But even then I couldn't pull the trigger because I was like, oh man, it's so cool. Like, you know, NES, I'm definitely attached to that. But it's like $230. I'm not really a Lego person. It had so many cool features, like, you know, that cartridge comes out, it pops in, it closes the lid. The NES totally looks authentic for it being, you know, translated into block form. And then this like old school retro TV where Mario actually like moves through the level is totally an awesome gimmick. And I just couldn't pull the trigger, and it got sold out, and I thought I was gonna lose my chance because I hear about them like retiring Lego sets, and you know, with Voltron I kind of waited and it never came to fruition. But as luck would have it, one day my wife and her friend were at Barnes & Noble, a bookstore, and they were doing a Teacher Appreciation Week sale, and my friend is a teacher, and somehow this qualified as an educational tool. So instead of paying the retail of like $230, we got it for like $170.
I'm gonna be a teacher when I'm older, and like kids have ice cream.
Sure you are, honey. You can be whatever you want to be. So this was a throw-in, not something that I asked for, but my wife kind of threw it in there to spice things up a little bit. You know, after being together for so long, you need a little more action, something to keep things fresh. So here is Ghostbusters Yahtzee. Obviously Slimer here. Throw the dice in him, shake it out. I'm a Ghostbusters fan. Yahtzee is okay. This is pretty cool. I tried to play it with the kids once, but you know, they can't count, so that was kind of frustrating. But I still won. Along those same lines, she also got me Ghostbusters Monopoly. And this is kind of a cruel joke because I love Ghostbusters and I abhor Monopoly. So it's like, what am I supposed to do with this? But at the very least, I can push the button. Who are you gonna call? Copyright infringement! Alright, here we got a Walking Dead Negan and Glenn 2-pack. This is from the comics. Total impulse buy on eBay. I had no idea this existed. I just randomly saw it. And I wanted it because I was a huge fan of the comics up to a certain point. You know, I was into the TV series for a few seasons. But in the comics, at least, Negan was one of my favorite characters. And, you know, this is obviously one of the most iconic scenes in the book and in the show, I guess, too, to a lesser extent. But I was like, that was cool. And I didn't know this existed, and the price wasn't too bad, so I picked it up. All right, and then finally, I think we're finally nearing the end of this thing. My God, what a freaking marathon it's been. Again, I apologize. I'm just trying to pump out these videos, and it's just so much work. And I don't know if there's a fun way to do it. Here is the other part of the inside joke. My wife had this printed, is a deed to Atom Bomb. So this is the Garbage Pail Kids Monopoly property, obviously, and this relates to like Park Place or one of those places. So the story behind it, you know, not all the details, but the story is that I had kind of a bad experience playing Monopoly with my wife and her friend. I thought there was a little bit of collusion going on, and given that, you know, my wife's competitive nature and how much I already hate Monopoly, kind of pushed me over the edge.
I'm not gonna do what you all think I'm gonna do, which is just flip out!
Did not respond well. Might have stormed off. Might not have been the first time, might not have been the last time. And I always say that I'm not a problem when it comes to games, but if the shoe fits, I can't really defend myself anymore. So this is kind of poking fun at that. Leave that alone. But something that will always bring me joy. Giant freaking robots. Omega Supreme being one of my favorites. And this guy finally showed up with his buddy, Jetfire And I'm struggling to bring him into the picture because he is a freaking beast. And my God, he is so beautiful. I love him so much. Even though he doesn't have electronics like the original, this guy, what a freaking monster he is. And like so well made. He just looks fantastic. Like he's gonna, let me push him back a little bit. Like, wow, what a freaking, whew. And last but not least, how could I forget? My wife got me this as a Valentine's Day gift. I have a lot of hobbies. I just don't have a YouTube channel for all of them. So, on that note, thank you for suffering through this with me. I literally reshot this a million different times, and I hate every single one of them. But it's finally documented. I can finally put this stuff away so it gets out of my house if it doesn't belong there, if I don't have the room for it. I gotta stop shaking this. This is unused, I promise. It is not crusty. But this is hard, man. It is hard. I promised my kids I would hang out with them, and I wanted them to be part of the video, and all I did was yell at them, and they're probably asleep in their beds. I'm just completely failing as a father. Hey guys, modern day Greco Fabulous here. So for those of you with a keen eye, you might have noticed that something seems a little off with this video. Probably because I started filming and editing it like turn of the calendar 2020. So I'm slow, but this is just ridiculous. So anyways, that's why you're seeing things that came out like 2 years ago in this video. So anyways, I didn't want to miss my new Monday time slot, so this is what you're going to get. There was a lot more. I mean, I bought all of these Transformers from the 86 Studio series and so on and so forth. I got this cool Jetfire. I even got some NECA Turtles, an Oculus VR, Resident Evil 2 on discount. But I just want this video to be over. And I'm sure you share in that sentiment. So I'm going to end it now. And this is exactly the effort you're going to get from me going forward. This is why, mark your calendars, I'm calling my shot. I'm going to be the greatest YouTuber that ever lived because of the effort that I put into this thing. To the moon, Alice. Bye.
I'm gonna sniff bugs.
Okay. Special lady.
Friend fine, look behind. You go wrong way, you fool, I say.
Very cool G2 retro-inspired Tiger handheld game. Very, very nice. Definitely a nice little throwback.